Good morning, students. So, please take your history book and through this video, today I would like to summarize and give you uh, a small bird's eye view of the whole of Indian history, how the Indian history began. So, it is always believed that history of India till the date it was written is quite ahead, quite ancient. Many historians believed that Indian history began with the coming up of Aryans. Now, what is this coming up of Aryans? You know that a group of people, a tribe called Aryans, came from Eurasian country. What is this Eurasian country? Which country is known as Eurasia? Eurasian country means the part of land between Asia and Europe, just above the southwestern provinces of Asia and the southern part of Europe. This land was the land of the Aryans. They were settled over there. But as the Europeans advanced, developed, they expanded, and then these people were little weaker section of people. They were herdsmen. They were keeping the herds, sheep and the cattle, and so they were around the Caspian Sea. It is believed to say that Caspian Sea around. Just the says that is the southern part of Russian. So they migrated when the European influence advanced more and they were more capable. They pushed them off, and so they were in a fix where to go, and so they migrated to northwestern India. Northwestern India means present Pakistan and Sindh area. Pakistan and Sindh area. This is why they came to be known as Indo-Aryans. So, Aryans and Indian. So, Indian Aryans, Indo-Aryans. They were the first comers of to this land. It's not that people were not there in India. The what called indigenous people or the indigenous people were there in India. They were very sparse. The early most unknown settlers of India people were there. They were known as the Adivasis. In simple language, Adivasis. They were there. But when these Aryans moved and then they started growing in numbers, then these Aryans, they were the herdsmen. Later on, they shifted towards the agricultural occupation. They took the occupation of agriculture. And so this is what the small, gist of Indian history, early Indian history. But later in 18th century, when after coming of the British, they came to find out that Indus Valley civilization was existing. Before the coming of Aryans, there was a civilization. Indian civilization was there, known as Indus Valley civilization. So, dear students, don't get confusion. So, Indian history was was earlier. Ancient Indian history was Indus Valley civilization. It started from there. Then came the coming up of Aryans. So they came and settled in the the Indus Valley civilization, Indus, yes, in the Indus region, river Indus region. It is known as Sapta Sindhu. It is known as Sapta Sindhu region. They settled because they found this land was quite good for pasture as well as agriculture. Slowly they started moving towards the east, that is present Haryana, Punjab, and Delhi area. And so they found out that this Gangetic place, this Delhi area. So they land up into Gangetic area, spread to Gangetic area, and cleared the forest and made the agricultural land. And so they were no more herdsmen. Some surely they remain herdsmen, but most of them, they took up the occupation of agriculture. This is how you have learned last year the creation of the kingdom, coming up of the kingdom, Janas and Janapadas and Mahajanapadas. All these things last year we have discussed. So this is how, after the creation of or taking the occupation of agriculture, settling in one place for a longer period of time, and making their groups for various social, political groups coming up. So this is how the slowly this Janas came into Janapadas, and then became, when they grew up, they developed into Mahajanapadas. That is republic, where they were able to choose their leaders, their rulers, and then so kings and kingdoms slowly emerged here. Do you understand? Now, after that, it was a complete Hindu country. Hinduism developed. The Vedic age came in 18th century, and then in 15th century Vedic age came to be, and then Hinduism started flourishing from 18th century onwards. And so the Vedas and Upanishads and the Vedas, and later on Mahabharata and the Ramayana came into the creation, and they started writing after that. So till then it was quite well, very well. It was Indian kings who were ruling, and they became, later on slowly they became very rich. Indian kings grow into a very rich king, and so they had their kings and kingdoms in India, both North India and South India. There were enough Indian kings ruling in India peacefully. Seeing that, the other people, the kings of other nations came to India to invade India. And so especially the Persians, the Turkish rulers, they expanded their kingdom to Afghanistan, and this area they settled, and they occupied whole of Afghanistan. And when they found that this Afghanistan area is not much naturally not well equipped, so they moved towards east, and they found Indian subcontinent, Indian country, Indian land of India was very rich. And so now I would like to start with lesson 4, telling you that the Turkish invasion. Under this, we have discussed earlier also a little bit, so I am not going to explain much here. The Turkish, those who were Afghan Turkish, they were ruling. They wanted to, especially among them most prominent one was the Mahmud of Ghazni. So Mahmud of Ghazni, he was the Turkish invader, entered India through the mountain pass in the northwest. Muhammad of Ghazni was the first to carry out a series of Turkish invasion in India. He was one of the most outstanding Turkish soldier and took over as a ruler of Ghazni in 971 1, that means 971 CE. And so here he was a ruler, he was a soldier. Afterwards he became the ruler of Ghazni. Now, when he was ruler of Ghazni, he found that Ghazni has no, he has to establish his kingdom. And so there was no money for him, no wealth in Ghazni. And so he moved towards the east. He established a huge empire, and to maintain this, he needed his coffer, his treasure, his treasury to be filled. To maintain his kingdom, his treasury has to be filled. To achieve this, he turned towards India, as he had heard about the fabulous wealth of India. And so he raided India for the first time in 1000 CE. And after that, it was believed that he invaded India 17 times. 17 times. And so he invaded India not to rule, not to expand his kingdom, just to grab the wealth. And by that time, these Indian rulers were quite rich, and their treasury was the center of the whole political, social, cultural life of the people, were the temples. Temple was the center of life, and so whole treasure, wealth was deposited at the temple treasury. And so temples were targeted by Muhammad Ghazni. Temples were targeted because of the wealth. And so, dear children, this is how the development took place. This is how the Indian history started growing. And so, today, please go through this answer. It came to Muhammad Ghazni. After that, Muhammad Ghori. And these Turkish invaders, they were Turkish invaders. They were Afghan rulers, but then originally they were from Turkey. Therefore, this is known as Turkish invaders. And so they came to India for collecting wealth. Okay, so please go through, and then you'll find afterwards Muhammad Ghori. And as Muhammad Ghori came not only to collect wealth, he also expanded his after this. So I'll see earlier video I have told. Therefore, I am not explaining here about Muhammad Ghori. Please go through this lesson, okay, as a revision, so that you will understand whole scenario of Indian history from how it started and how it came to be. Now is the Turkish invasion. Then we'll come to the Delhi Sultanate. How this Delhi Sultanate came. After that, how we will land up into other Mughal Empire and others. So this is how the history of India came to develop. Okay, please keep revising these few things that I have told you. Okay, bye.